What's up, everybody? Back today to talk about Cell, a new film based on a Stephen King book that's been in development for a while. You know, it stars John Cusack, Samuel Jackson, based on a book by Stephen King. Seems like a pretty good mix for a good movie, and I think originally Eli Roth was attached to direct, but obviously that didn't happen, so we're stuck with Todd Williams, and he did Paranormal Activity 2. So let's get into the story a little bit. John Cusack's this dad. He comes home from a trip right at the beginning of the film, and basically the first 2 minutes he's in the airport and all hell breaks loose. The best way to put it is basically like a zombie outbreak, but not really zombies. They're more like infected by rage, to be, accurate or whatever. But basically all hell breaks loose in this airport. The first couple minutes of the movie, and from there he meets Samuel Jackson, and it's basically your typical zombie movie, at least for the first 2 acts. So let's get into the good and the bad, because God, this film was just, it's like a really good B movie because it just has this horrible third act. But let's get into the good parts real quick. First of all, if you like zombie flicks, I think you're going to like it. At the beginning, it has a little bad CGI and some cheesy zombies. They're changing on their cell phones, doing their stupid things, but once they actually turn into zombies, they're not as bad, and there's kind of a nice little twist, the whole zombie thing. They're a little more interesting than your regular zombie, let's put it that way. So I did like the beginning. Like I said, I didn't mind the bad CGI and the bad sort of transformation. I kind of liked where the story is going, even though it's really nothing new. I mean, we've seen stuff like this before where, you get killed through your phone or turned into something through your phone. The middle wasn't that bad either because, it kept going a little bit. They found another character and, some stuff happens. We find out more about the zombies. But the third act, and that takes me to the bad stuff. Yeah, the third act, I don't know. This movie just totally went off the rails. And the more I've been thinking about it since I watched it last night, it just... yeah, went off the rails. That's the best way to think about it. I can't even fathom the Ice Cream Man character. When I was watching it, he seemed okay. When I was watching it now, what I'm thinking, I'm like, how did they even fit him into this movie? He was just completely retarded. He only served one purpose whatsoever. And then the very end, I understand what they were trying to get at. I understand kind of what they were trying to do. I mean, feel free to explain it down in the comment section better to me, but the ending was just, like, stupid. I mean, they didn't explain enough for me, personally, and then, it's like bad CGI, and it's just, I don't know. Obviously, the book probably explains more than the ending of the movie, but it just felt like that, and I think everybody was just phoning it in on this movie, seriously. The director, John Cusack, no real high points of acting, no real there. And then Samuel Jackson, he was pretty freaking boring, let's put it that way. This film kind of played like a PG-13 film. I can't even think of the rating right now. I don't even know what it's rated, but it played like a PG-13 film. It wasn't extremely violent, but, it had a couple scenes. The end is kind of cool. I'm kind of like mixed emotions about the ending. But yeah, just feel free to comment down below about the ending, because the book had to have a better ending, I suppose. But that's kind of the fault I find with a lot of Stephen King stuff. When it's transferred to film, it doesn't really, the ending never holds up. Probably because they explain the bad guy so much better in the book. But that's just something I've picked up on other, adaptations of Stephen King stuff. The CGI, like I said, was kind of bad. I really didn't bug me because I did like the zombie stuff. So ultimately, I'm going to give Cell, I just keep wanting to call it The Cell. Ultimately, I'm going to give The Cell a 2.5 out of 5. Because I do think it has some entertainment value, but it's not good enough to recommend to actually go pay to rent or something like that. If you've read the book, you might want to check it out. If you like zombie flicks, you probably want to check it out. That's what got me through the first 2 parts of the film. The third act is interesting. So if you guys have seen Cell, comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon.